Hey guys, I'm Jeff. Welcome back to Poor Man's Paradise. This will be part 3 of my overland build on my 2006 Nissan Frontier. We'll be installing the heater today. As you can see, we got a little work done too. I got the tires put on, and I also got the Rola cargo basket put on. So this thing's pretty sturdy. I mounted it directly to main supports for the topper, so you could stand it on or you can walk up there if you wanted to. And of course you got to put some overlanding stickers on, so I put a Coyote Works sticker on there. If you haven't checked out Casey's channel, check it out. I don't know him, but he's got some interesting videos. So next up, we're going to install the heater and put that back here someplace. Here is the kit. I got this off Amazon. It was $170 something. It comes with a 10-liter tank, the main heater, fuel pump, little muffler, an exhaust pipe, air intake, various hardware for mounting. Here's the ductwork for it, wire harness, thermostat, a remote to turn the thing on if you want to do it remotely, and of course all the instructions. We're going to start with the exhaust, just so we can get that mounted and then find out where we need to place the heater. So kind of my plan is to have the exhaust come out right here. You want to tilt it down a little bit, just so if there's any condensation it will run out. I'm just kind of test fitting everything, then I'll get this thing bolted down. So here's the air intake. I'm just going to leave that sitting up here someplace. I'll secure it so it doesn't touch the exhaust. And back here is where the fuel will go in. I want to get this thing fired up to see how noisy it is, because I'm a little concerned it's going to be too noisy with this basically just mounted to a metal box. If that's the case, then I'll have to rethink this install. So next up, I'm going to make a platform here, just a wood platform that mounts to this Utilitrack. This is a factory cargo rack for Nissan. That way I can take it out whenever I want. I'm just going to make this out of plywood that I've got laying around. So here's kind of the idea. Have this bolted down, utility track, tank mounted there, and the battery mounted here. And the reason I left this 2x4 here for a spacer is because we still have to drill the fuel supply line into the bottom of the tank and run it out here. I think that'll work fine. I'm just going to throw a coat of paint on it just so it looks a little better. Alright, so here's my bracket. There's my little clips to slide into the utility track. So now that that's nice and sturdy, I'll drill the hole in the bottom of the tank to mount the fuel supply, and then mount the tank to that board. Sorry about the poor lighting. I don't have very many lights in this garage yet. So here's the piece that needs to be mounted in the tank. So you have to feed this in from the inside. So I'll drill the hole, feed some string up through the cap, and then thread this down through. That's the idea. So I'm just going to use some floss. Pop through the bottom just like that. That's what that looks like. All right, now that we got the tank mounted pretty securely, we'll go around the side and work on the rest of the fuel lines. So from the fuel tank, you come up to a fuel filter. I'm going to mount this in here, and then the fuel pump sits on this rubber bushing just to kind of quiet it down. I have read that these can be pretty noisy and they tick really loud, so you want to have some rubber and try and isolate it the best you can. I don't know how it's going to work on this just solid tin surface. It might be just sort of like an echo, so I may have to change that in the future. We'll see. Okay, so I've got everything temporarily mounted in here. You can see the fuel filter. This is the fuel pump going up to the heater. One thing you got to be careful with is these hose clamps are really cheap and they strip really easy. But otherwise everything's mounted for now. I'm just going to give this a shot. Plug in a few wires and hook up to the battery, and we should be good to almost ready to test. So here's a wire harness. Pretty simple. Just got a positive and negative hooked to the battery. So you got a fuse built in, so you don't have to worry about that. Then you have a plug here that goes to the main heater, one that goes to the thermostat, and one that goes to the fuel pump. So we're just going to lay these up in here just for testing. Make sure they're not touching anything hot. It just clips like that. This one clips to the fuel pump, just like that. And this one clips to the thermostat. Just like this. You've got your ground wire and your power wire. Which again, I'll change the way this is mounted later as long as I'm happy with the location of the heater. Alright, so we got a half tank of diesel. We'll get this battery hooked up quick and then see if we can get this thing fired up to see how noisy it's going to be. Okay, so I've got power to this thing. First thing you do to prime the pump is hold the OK and the down button. And then that should prime the pump. And then press the up button. There we go. So yeah, that's the pump. It's echoing on the mounted to the steel like that. That's definitely gonna have to be changed because that's really loud out here. Sounds like somebody tapping on the metal. I don't know if you can see that, but it is coming up to the hose. Yeah, it's really loud. Gonna have to move that. There you can see it's heating up. It'll probably smoke for a while for the first time too. I have to open the garage door, we'll see. As soon as it gets hot enough, it should stop smoking. You can hear the burners on. Fuel pump's on. Starting to put out some heat. As soon as the glow plug gets hot enough, the glow plug will shut off and the fan should speed up. Alright, so the glow plug shut off now. Fan speeding way up. Sounds like a jet engine taking off. It's noisy. Really putting out some hot air now. So right now we're around 74 decibels in the back of the cab. Pretty loud. Alright, so this is about a week later. As you saw, this pump and everything's really noisy and it really echoes with this tin box here, so I picked up some sound deadener. I got a whole box of this kill mat sound deadener. Then I got some acoustic foam panels too. So I'm going to move the setup here. So I'm going to move the pump down here, make a little box for it. Coat this with the kill mat on the acoustic sound foam. Put the pump in there. And then I'll also coat the back of this box with the sound deadener too, just to quiet it down. Alright, so here's a crude box I've got made. Not really something I'm proud of, but it'll work. So I'll put the fuel pump inside here, and then I'll put some sound deadening material in there as well. And the battery is just going to be mounted here. Alright, so now I'm going to coat this with sound deadener. This kill mat inside, and then foam over that. And we'll see if that helps. This is just a magnetic pulse pump, so it doesn't get hot. So you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so now I just need to get the plug in there somehow. So here's kind of my setup here. Right now this is just a standalone battery. It's not tied into anything but the heater. Eventually I'll have a control panel back here. And I'd like to have a DC to DC charger on it too. But right now I just have to plug this in when I'm done using the heater and charge it back up. Got my diesel tank, pumps inside this plywood case here. I just got the thermostat hanging here right now. Hey guys, so I'm back here just giving it a dry around. Right now it's about 20 degrees Celsius in here, which is about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 30 degrees outside. And we're around 55 decibels, which isn't too bad. Some nice hot air coming out of the vents. Obviously there's a lot of work left to do back here. There's no creature comforts at all, but the heater's functional. I am going to get a carbon monoxide detector and smoke detector in here just to be safe. Otherwise I'm pretty happy with it. And next step is going to be to make this a little more homey and probably put some wood planks up here, insulate the back of this, and put some lighting back here. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.